Hello, everybody. This is Jansen from Team CELLabrate. I'm going to talk today about going through boards. So boards for me was a great answer. I've been with LifeWave since January of 2023, and I was always trying to figure out how to help my team in the quickest way. LifeWave has so many amazing opportunities for education, like YouTube, Facebook, Zooms, and other websites, that it was really overwhelming for people when they were starting. So I was always trying to come up with a website, and websites are a lot of work and they cost a lot of money, and you really have to upgrade them a lot, keep up with them. So when somebody introduced me to boards, it was the answer I was looking for. So we do have the boards that is strictly for the use of Team CELLabrate members. So we don't invite people who are not part of Team CELLabrate. Not like we're being a prude or anything, but each team teaches their team in their own way. And this is how I wanted to help the Team CELLabrate members get going. So this is how our Team CELLabrate board currently looks. When you actually scroll through it, it might change just a bit because this is kind of always being updated, and whatever I find something really good that I think would be advantageous to you, I would put this on. I will add these boards. So we want to start here. And this tutorial board is the one we're now listening to. And then you want to listen to the how to buy patches video, your back office. And I put a few on just some general tips you should know when starting to patch, common mistakes. Then this page is one that I made up quite a while ago from some information I saw on Facebook, and it has the ingredients of the patches. Like, some people want to know and some people really don't care to know. But for those who want to know, and you should know because it comes up quite often. So we have these 6 natural ingredients, and you can read them: amino acids, water, stabilized oxygen, sugar, salts. But the important things is that they create this crystal letter structure. So every patch has the same ingredients. It's just the recipe that David uses to create this crystal letter structure. And David's genius is really in that formation of the recipe to create that structure, because that structure is when our body heat comes up and bounces off of that. The frequency of which it bounces back is how it's going to affect that different cell. Sometimes people say, oh, there's sugar in here. I have diabetes. How will this affect my diabetes situation? And the answer is, remember, this is non-transdermal. Nothing goes into our skin. The sugar was just used to create that little crust, that hard surface, to be the reflective surface. And then down at the bottom here, we have the topic of photobiomodulation. Photo means light, bio means life, modulation is to change. So using light to change our life. And then this cool picture here is a crystal letter structure. So I'm a very visual person. So when I found this, I grabbed that. It's like, yes, we need to have this on here. So this would be the X39's crystal letter structure. The what to expect document is a common one that we see, the different things that are going to happen in that short amount of time. So all of these you are able to share when you hit the share button right there. You can share with anybody who you think would be interested in learning this. So this diagram is one, I grabbed some slides from my PowerPoint presentations that I use. And it has the stem cell. This is a healthy cell. And we're told that the #1 indicator of wellness is directly correlated to the number of adult stem cells in the bloodstream. So we want these healthy stem cells in our bloodstream. So this is the genius of what David does, is he's helping us to create healthy stem cells again. And then, of course, we're going to repair quicker. And so here's a replica of the stem cell. It can reduce inflammation. It can get rid of the dead cells. It's self-replicating. And then the beauty is that it can become any of these cells. The body calls our cells to that point of repair. There are a lot of different ways of showing the reduction of these stem cells, the activity in these stem cells. And so I just chose a battery that was all full of energy, and then how a lot of us feel. Maybe 50 and older, we feel a little bit tired a lot. And it's because, of course, that the reduction of the energy inside that stem cell, the GHK, is not moving very quickly. And then, of course, this X39 is rejuvenating that. And then on the bottom, it just talks about how GHK works. Then Dr. Jen just has amazing information for us to use. And then here are some FAQs, like what is attenuation, which means you can't wear the patch constantly because it will no longer be effective. So she goes through a lot of these questions. So I would highly recommend you read all of them, because then you'll be prepared when somebody asks you a question. And of course, again, you can share that with one of your potential clients. So that is the start here one. And again, there might be some more videos in there in the future. The business building one is if you want to build the business. If you're not interested in building the business, then of course you don't want to be looking at this one. But this one is very pertinent in starting your business. I will be doing a video completely on building your business. So we will move on from that. So prospecting videos and websites. You want to be very familiar with the videos in these 6 folders, because when you want to prospect a person, you want to be able to share them some really good videos. And again, I said we have so many amazing opportunities out there for us, but it's hard to find them. And personally, I would say, oh, that's a great video. And then I would save it somewhere. And then I'd think, where did I save that? I was always going to make this place that was going to be consistent. And then this is it now. So now I want to put these particular videos. So if you want to add your own videos, I would suggest that you pay the $99 for boards for the year. And then you can have 2 boards going. You're going to have my board going. You're going to copy my board. There is a box with a check in it, and then that means to copy the board. I know that's on my phone. And then you can start adding things to your board. So if you find videos, then you can put that on there. So then you're going to be using 2 boards. I will keep updating my board. You can choose if you want to bring something to your board and do that. So doesn't matter to me which board you want to use. The prospecting videos and websites are pretty important. It shows specific ones. For example, short videos. This particular video is the one that everybody shares with what is phototherapy. It's a 1-minute video. You can just quickly share that. Then we have the 3-minute optimum health video. So those 2 you want to share. And then I found this one with Dr. Harmon. He has a 9-minute video explaining X39. Maybe you want to share it with somebody. And by the way, I always have the amount of minutes first, so you can quickly grab something. And how long of a video is that you choose to share depends upon the person that you are prospecting, because they have either a short amount of time to watch things. Some people can watch videos very quickly, and some people have a long time to read them. So you can ask them, do you want some short videos or long videos? And this little video here is from one of the conventions I was at, where the doctor said that this X39 is the most significant breakthrough in his 40 years of being a doctor. So that was pretty powerful. So those are the short videos to share. Then we have full presentations to share. And right now, when I'm recording this, we are just in the transition of new packages. So as they come in this week, I will add more. So there will be many in here. So here's one from Renita, 36 minutes. And then I will have multiple ones with 1 hour. And these are full presentations to use when somebody is not able to be on a live event. Of course, we would like to put people on live events because it's more exciting, I feel, to be in a live event. But if they just can't make the currently scheduled ones, then we send them one of these videos, and then you want to watch it with them. So to present one of these videos, you can do it as a Zoom where you play this video, and then afterwards you could answer any questions that they have and ask if they're interested in signing up, or you can just send them the video. I think it's best to be with them so you can answer questions right away. But again, that's your choice of how you want to share that. These informational websites, these are ones that you would also send to somebody. So this is our team. This is it. Has lots of information, a lot of information. Again, it can be overwhelming to people. So you got to know how much you want to send. So here is the video that, of course, the first one that I showed you. And then the person can scroll through this and see what they would like. Dr. Stillman, he has just amazing information. And so again, that person can scroll through and see how much information that they want. And then Dr. Jen, I really like her information. She's just kind of soft and quiet. Her images are warm. There's that picture again. And she just has a little different way of presenting things. And so again, you choose which site you want to share with people if you're at the point of sharing a site with somebody. These doctor videos are very powerful because people want to know doctors' opinions. So doctors who are medical doctors and choose to only prescribe drugs to help a person's situation, symptoms, are often not interested in LifeWave because they've been trained in that way and we respect them for that. They're not interested in using some alternative methods of healing. The doctors on here are more into the integrated medicine or frequency medicine. So these videos here, like 2 minutes on just on collagen. Here is 2 minutes on a doctor saying why this is a good opportunity for them to also be a network marketer. And then they just get longer and longer. Again, it's good to know them. Dr. Lily here is on the Team CELLabrate team, and she's into frequency medicine. So it's a little bit different angle. And then we got Dr. Stacy videos, which are always fabulous, 3 of them here. Dr. Stacy is just very calm person and interviews amazing people. So Dr. Shiner is from Florida and he's renowned plastic surgeon. He talks about how he puts all his patients on X39 before he does any surgery because the recovery time is 2 weeks faster. So you think about that. Someone's going to get something done to their face and they're very red. If you've ever seen pictures of that. And for that to be 2 weeks faster, who wouldn't want to do that? So that's a really great story too. Then, of course, we have our mentor, the amazing David Schmidt, and he's talking about lots of different things. Here his futures, how he wants to turn waste into energy. These other ones are a bunch of people interviewing him in different lengths. Again, here, Michael Jago is a Navy SEAL. So some people might be very interested in Navy SEALs because if you remember, the first patch was made for the Navy SEALs, the energy enhancer. So again, you can share any of those videos. I feel all people want specific videos. So you want to listen to them and ask what they want or what would build your belief. And it might be knowing something about David or doctors. And then it might be from this, something like this, these panels. These 4 panels here are from conventions that Steve and Gina have had. This is professional one, meaning lawyers, real estate agents, somebody who's a different profession, but they've also are doing network marketing and why. Renita and Bo Brandon here are doing a panel with athletes. Here's the next generation. That's would be people like 20 to 40. So if you're going to be talking to somebody who's that age, you might want to watch this. And then the doctors panel, which has some of those little short videos that I have. I got them from here. But again, send somebody else these panels. And I will add more panels as they come up. So that was prospecting videos. Business tools to purchase. Everybody seems to want to have business cards. So there are multiple things you can do to make your cards. Here are 2 different websites. This is a team website, which is the Vista portal. And this one you have to sign in to it each time you enter it. And this one is Sally Fong. She has a lot of different options. So there are some square cards here. And here are the traditional shape cards, and you have these little options. Make sure when you order from her that you put, instead of startx39now.com, that's what that person's team's name was, that you put this is it, info.com. And then I'm going to recommend that you put this QR code on here. Sally will make a QR code for you, and the person can scan that and go right to your information site. And then on the back, you have another code. It's how to order. So I highly recommend 2 QR codes on your business card because people love using them now. It's just a quick way of doing that. And another option is you can make and print your own cards through something like Canva. A lot of people seem to have Canva and make your own card. You can grab some images off the internet and just type in images X39 and grab one of those. Use these other ideas to make a business card. And here's a sample that Renee made, which turned out beautifully. She's got her scan to order there, all the information that you need, the front and then the back. So again, you can put on what you want, but be respectful of the company's policies. So if you have a business card you want to share, let me know and I will post that so people have ideas. So we're here to share and to help each other learn. Then if you want some brochures, books, or banners, there are a couple of different things to do. Again, here is Sally Fong's website, and there's the cards we just went through, but she has a lot more things. So she has some cards you can purchase. They're 5x7, and then there are envelopes that are 5x7 if you want to be giving away this information. And you can just scroll through here, see all these things. Here are these longer postcards if you want, if you're at a trade show or something and you want to have taller ones sitting on as a display. These are banners that she sells. And these retractable banners, you can really make your own. Sally's very good at just changing a little bit on something, you just tell her, something that you want to change, but, not a lot, but she's really great to work with. I personally like having this list when I'm at a trade show, the list of the benefits, because I often point to that. But you can be making your poster. There are a lot of ways to make it and designing your own, again, on Canva or something like that. And then these posters have some before and afters. And this tablecloth is amazing. I purchased it a long time ago. And I have the blue one, and it just looks really nice on the tables. And I'll show you some trade show pictures in a bit. And I have this tablecloth from her. The material is amazing. I could just throw it into a bin and it just never wrinkles. So I absolutely love that tablecloth. And I like having something in the front, and I'll show you some other tablecloths. And then these are banners that you might put in the back of a booth, the ones that go the long way. But again, you can make your own. One of the products that a lot of us like is this patch manual. Here is the patch manual cover. That's what it looks like, by Dr. Jen O'Sullivan. Here is a digital version of it, just a few of the pages in it, some that you can download in print. She just has very beautiful graphics. And then there's a link on how to purchase this. I like this book so much that I give you lots of details on how you can find that. So there is that book. And I put her entire website on here because she does have a few more things. Here's her book again. She has a few more items, her book. And then she's got some brochures that are nice. If you want to give these trifolds, hand them out. And again, you can make your own trifolds, and I will definitely put pictures of your products if you want to share them on here. And she has some stickers in here that are, this is a 5x7 piece of paper that if you want stickers for something, never necessary, but some people like stickers. So that's Dr. Jen's site. So testimonials, again, very powerful. If you know of somebody who has an animal that has an issue, you might want to send this, something from the cats, something from the horses, dogs. I went pretty specific here because there seem to be a lot of them. And these are just stories, and you can send, sometimes it's a video, sometimes it's a picture. Like here, there's some symptoms of dogs. So I find interesting things, I just put them on. If you're going to patch your pet, like where would you put it? And this is a picture of putting it on the collar and then putting it on the dog. Just little tidbits to give you. So again, this has a lot of testimonies in here, and this is going to continue to develop as I see more things I find of interest. So always check here for some testimonials to share. Sponsor responsibilities. Once you have a downline, now you have some responsibilities. And this section, again, is going to develop a lot. First of all, you're going to send them a welcome letter. So we created these letters. So why 3 letters? Because we have different personalities. I'm going to talk about personalities a little bit later, but some people love lists. I'm a person who wants a list. I want to just be able to check it off in my leisure as I go through this, but I want to have something that I can chart this. And a lot of people in network marketing would like a list because we are yellow personalities. And we like to share, we like details, we like to tell a lot. And so this is that letter. And it is a bit long and 3 pages. And then here I have a lot of live links. So if people want to explore, we just give them information and they can do with it what they want. But here would be some different groups, Stephen, Gina, Renita, mine, and then Jen O'Sullivan's stuff. So they can figure that out, whatever they want. So that is the longest one. Then we have a short one because I gave that letter to somebody in my downline and They said, too much information for me. It was just very much of a turn off for me. So we have a short one for anybody who really only wants details. So I cut out all the chatter in there, like all the details of how to find something. So my personality doesn't want to dig for those details if I don't have to. I'd rather have them on a piece of paper and I can read them. This personality just says, just tell me where to go and I'll find it myself. So that's great. Everybody has a different way of learning. A lot of times men don't want details, women do want details. So ask the person, do you want a lot of details or not very many details? And the third letter is for the patch consumer. I didn't want to call it the non-business builder because that's, we don't want to focus just on business builders. So patch consumer, I didn't want to say a user because that wasn't the positive name. So we came up with patch consumer. And this one has 2 pages. And I took out anything that had to do with business building. Not everybody's going to want to go to boards. They can use their own personal website, but encourage boards. But there are definitely some people who are not going to want that. In that case, I would recommend they get Dr. Jen's patch manual or buy one for them as a nice gift. They can be looking through that book. There's enough information to help them understand. And then you can actually send them the video of how to reorder patches, which is on boards here. And then they can watch that video of how to reorder patches from their website. So on the bottom here, I put a little information to entice them about the business. So I do include information on non-business building, but just at the end, we drip a little bit on them. So just in case they want to do the business eventually. So those are the 3 letters. So choose the one that fits your new downline. And then here's the health tracker. You want to absolutely share this with somebody. They, of course, can also get it on boards, but we want to send this right away because we don't want them to have to download boards and then find it. So give them then this letter and send them this health tracker. And I highly recommend that you sit down with them physically or even on the phone and fill that out because people have good intentions, but they don't always want to fill something out like that. So if they say the patches aren't working and then they can go back and look at this tracker, they're like, oh, I guess that did work. We highly recommend they take pictures of their face, of their scars, and then they can look a month later to say, oh, the scar is going away, or wow, my face does look different, because we don't always see that these changes are happening. So the more visual evidence we have, the better it is that they will see that these really are working. And on the health tracker on the back, then we want to put any meds that they have or their blood pressure, their cholesterol level and stuff. So any information that you can help them to put on there is great. Weekly Zooms, these we highly recommend if you're building a business to be on these Zooms. If you are not, your business will not grow as fast. So here is the meeting schedule. And when I go on these videos, these meetings at night, this is where I go to find them because they're all on here. I know I could just find this. And this will probably look a little different in the future, but these are opportunity meetings, a lot of them. My 2 meetings here on Tuesday at 11 o'clock Eastern time and 8 o'clock Eastern time at night are for you guys. It's just our team when you have questions. 2 different times a day. I know some people work in the day, some people work at night. So this has been really fun. I do not record them, and they're always different because everybody comes on with questions. So please encourage your new people to come and join this. I always have this link on Facebook, on the Team CELLabrate Facebook. I always put this on Mondays just to remind people that we're going to have this on Tuesdays, and it's just called Q&A. So encourage people to come to that. And then we have all these different opportunity meetings. That means that you can send someone, a new person, to view a live presentation. And then Renita has this millionaire mindset, and she has the Sunday training right there. And then corporate has 2 of them, the first Wednesday of the month and the 3rd Wednesday of the month at 2 different times. The second one is a replay. And all of these videos from corporate, I post here on boards, and I'll show you that is in a minute if you weren't able to find it. So if you weren't able to be on, I have the replays of that. Here is Renita's schedule, easy to find. So you've got your Sunday training millionaire mindsets. Well, she's always giving tips on how to build your business. And you might think, I don't want to be a millionaire, but if you have a millionaire mindset, then at least you're improving or trying to improve yourself. And I personally don't care to be a millionaire. However, if you have $1 million, you are able to share more opportunities with people that might not be able to afford something. It's like if you wanted to give something to a charity or missionaries or whatever your heart desires, like who you can give to. I have a desire of giving people big tips when we're at restaurants. So I like to do that. Or if you're seeing some kids from school selling something. So you buy one $5 ticket and you give them a $50 bill and they can keep the rest or something like that. Make someone's day. So that's what you can do with extra money. And then here is another link to Steve and Gina's presentations each week. So you can click on each one of them. And this is also from the This Is It team. I'll just put a little plug in here for that. After you're done with boards, then we really want to point you to going to thisisitteam.com, because then you have all these things on top to explore, plus the 3 drop-down dots here that has a lot of drop-down things. So this is why I said it's pretty overwhelming to get all of this stuff. Boards is smaller to get started. And then when you're ready to go, you just go do this. You go to onboarding, you go to their compensation plan, and it's all amazing. This Is It team has these Saturday trainings. If you want to build your business, I highly recommend that you get on these Saturday trainings. You just get all these tidbits from people and you get excited to be around people who are like-minded. So I will always put in the last 4, the last 5 of the current month. So if you missed them, you know that these Saturday trainings are always here for you to find. And I might stick an extra one that was like different from the other ones that might be also in here. So in general, 4 or 5, maybe 6. Then the LifeWave Connect ones, which are that first and third Wednesday of the month. If you missed it, I will always have the latest ones on here for you to find. But again, it's great to be on live. Business references. These are some things that you might read once. Like we got this Bravo Award, and that was pretty amazing. That was we're the #1 growth company in network marketing. The DSN is the direct selling news. They gave that award out to us. Compensation plan, I'm not going to go over too much. Just click on that and you can read about that. Electrolytes, we promote electrolytes a lot. So I put information on here on that. Here are the foods that you want to eat to have more electrolytes. And again, you can send that picture. Here's electrolyte information. If you're nerdy and really like to read, there's your information. I am nerdy and I like to read. Then here's some analysis between water and electrolytes, another thing to read. And then Dr. Berg's powder is the one that I currently use because I want 1,000 milligrams of potassium because we're very low in potassium. And I drink 2 of these a day because someone my age needs 2,000 milligrams of potassium. Somebody age 20 to 50 or so needs 4,700 milligrams of potassium. So you want to figure out how to get that amount of potassium. And then here's a 2-minute video on hydration. Detoxing. Dr. Stillman has a video on detoxing, and then detoxing symptoms. And then salt. This is always such a topic to talk about. People tell you low salt. We say, yes, you should use salt because we need the minerals that are inside the salts. These particular salts, Himalayan, gray, pink, and then Brill salt, another one that's not on here. They have lots of minerals in them, and it's the minerals that our cells need. And the water transports those minerals into our cells. So it's very important to have salt. So we do want to have sodium. And then here, this is another some information on different types of salts. FDA and HSA. FDA questions. So we get a lot of questions about the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, like, are we compliant or do they approve of us? So FDA stands for Food and Drug, and the patches are not a food or a drug, so the FDA would not need to approve them. The patches are a medical device. From customer service, the company LifeWave itself is approved by the FDA. The patches themselves fall into a category of low-risk general wellness products and do not need to be cleared by the FDA. Thus, the patches are recognized by the FDA. This is the maximum amount of approval needed from the FDA. So yes, we are recognized. We don't say approved because that's not what we need, but people want to know that if the FDA approves this, or what do they think of it? And so then here's a video of David talking about that. And then the other one I lumped in here, because it's an acronym, is HSA. So can my HSA play for this? So HSA is your health savings account. Sometimes it's called FDA, different names, but that's the money that your business would set aside that you can pay for things. So you cannot use your HSA card to buy patches or to buy a package. However, you can be reimbursed through your company. You have to ask your company. Sometimes they don't, but most likely they will reimburse you for that. So the packages just has the different order forms. Patch information. This one is full of information. So anything you want to know about the patches, if you want to send information on individual patches, it is here. It's an all products one. The Elevita one has a lot of amazing information. So as I found these videos, I put them on here because I'm intrigued by these things. This last one here, 29 minutes, this is a very, very, very deep dive into the science behind that. One of the ladies says here, and I've heard this multiple times, that this is the second most powerful patch that we have. And so it's kind of one that you want to know. It's a night patch because it elevates the melatonin. So here's Dr. Jen's view of that, a nice little piece of paper. Here's another one from corporate. And here's the patch study. So very much information. And I hope to have a lot more information on all of these. And as I find them, I put them in there. And then here's X39 and X49 together. So patch information for you. And maybe one person wants to know, what does glutathione do? So you can just go in there, grab the glutathione link and send it to them. Personality types. Okay, I'm way big into this. I've done a couple of tests, and I think it's very important for everybody to know their personality types. If you have a spouse or partner, I think you should know their personality types, because you get along a lot better, because we are wired differently. We think differently, thus we react differently. So I think we'd have a calmer world if everybody knew about personality types. And I particularly like this one because it's got colors versus the Greek words. Those were a little bit harder for me to attach to, but the color one was really good for me. I'm a yellow personality, and a lot of people are yellow personalities, like 50% of them in network marketing. But I also have some red in me, and I have definitely have all the colors in me a little bit. So it's just fun to see what you are. But more importantly, it is important to know what your client is as you ask them some questions to figure that out. And we're talking, a little bit down the road here, once you're a little bit comfortable with LifeWave sharing it. But once you're ready for this, it's very fascinating, because, for example, a green personality would like facts. Just give me the facts. So when you say, well, you should come to this informational meeting, they're like, I don't want to come to a meeting. Oh, no, you should really come to this meeting. And they're like, I don't want to come to a meeting. Then you're like, oh yeah, you're that personality that doesn't like a meeting, and we have to respect that. So why tell them to do something that they don't want to do? So protocols of patching, these are for specific things. This is Dr. Karen Kahn, and here's her explanation of this chart. This is Jen's chart. These placements are the ones you're going to get in the little booklets that come with when you buy patches. And then these protocols are just different things. If you have sciatica, what you might try. And this folder will definitely be growing. Okay, miscellaneous ones. I just didn't know where else to put these, but these are really, really good. So someone has slow or no results, there's an answer for you by Dr. Jen. And then Eric Worre interviewed Steve and Gina. And I think this is a really good video to watch just to get to know them, because they're not always on stage, sharing the products. This is just them talking. And then this one here is a Stuart Jansen. He's a motivational speaker, so that's a great one to watch too. So rank info like manager, director, if you want to know about that, you go there. Retail customer. Sometimes we don't know if we should sign somebody up as a retail customer or a brand partner. I personally signed everybody up as a brand partner, which is a distributor, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. They do not need to be on auto ship. They purchase patches when they want through their store, which is another whole video that I have, how to purchase patches. And then there's no monthly quota, and we do not beg you to become a distributor. We're happy that you are using the patches to improve your health. Please remember that, because we don't want to force people to be a distributor if it's not their personality. Some people change their mind though, and once they do that, then they probably have a downline and their points went away if they didn't stay active, because that's okay. And once they become active, once they start buying some patches again, now the points start accumulate, but they might have a whole bunch of people underneath them. And then these points start to accumulate. And now they need to purchase a product per each month. So I made these two documents because I wanted, personally, I make a lot of these documents for me to keep things straight. So the different customers, retail customer, preferred customer, and preferred customer plus. Now, notice that this is information for the customer that you would send. And then this one is for the brand partner, the exact same information, plus it says how much commission you're going to add. So you might want to look at that someday if you too are not quite familiar with the different customer packages. And social media tips, this is one we are developing. A lot of people do things on social media, so there will be a lot of tips in there. Then taxes. You definitely want to know about taxes, because network marketing has so many advantages of taxes, of how to deduct rooms in your house, your mileage. You get 69 cents a mile. That's huge, huge, huge in your taxes. So different videos. This is one Mike Lance on the Team CELLabrate team made a while ago. And then two different people so three different viewpoints of taxes. So check that out. And then the last one is trade shows. Some people like trade shows and some don't. You never need to do one. Why would you do one? Because sometimes your friends and family don't want to listen to you. So you have to go find some other people, and trade shows are a great way to do that. I personally love trade shows. I'm an author and composer and have some CDs when we used to have CDs. So it's just in my blood. So that's very common for someone to come into LifeWave and have that experience from the past. And so you start doing trade shows. So some videos of a trade show. I just interviewed a bunch of different people on our team that do trade shows, so that you can get some ideas. And then I have a lot of booth images that you can get ideas, which I got images from other people. There's that blue tablecloth. They're only $10. And then here's that one that I said that I bought from Sally. So this is kind of an elaborate booth. I've been doing this a while. And like Jim brought some foam pads that he already had. We didn't buy them for that, but he's, hey, I got some blue ones. Let's bring that. And so you really do what you want, do what your personality is. This one here's a flea market. So, just different things. So you got to know where you're going, what kind of things you want to bring or how you want to look. A lot of people use these pop-up tents and just have a banner or simple things. Again, there's nothing that you need to do. Start simple. Don't think you have to spend all this money on a trade show, and look at different ideas, talk to people. Anyway, there are just a lot of ideas there. And then this one here, this link are some posters that I made on Canva, and I use these a lot. So these are 22 by 33. These are great big posters, and they really help at my booth, because I tell them on this page, this is all X39, this particular poster. It shows the different things that happen. A lot of things on face. Here's vitiligo. Here's hair coming back, hair changing color, autoimmune disorder, the hand. So I can just quickly point to these things, and because I'm trying to go through things quickly when I'm showing somebody, because they don't want to spend a lot of time at the booth often. So I have these three posters. And then I just sent them digitally to FedEx Kinko's, and they printed them for me. Do not use foam core, because they're about $60 and they don't last very long. But there's something called the PVC thing. It's just a harder plastic, so you want to print it on that. And I bought three, so I think I paid $65 a piece. But I go to a lot of trade shows, and they are hard. If you want the images here, you email me and ask for them, because they're too large to put on here. I couldn't send them. So that is the boards tutorial. I hope you explored a lot, and it's all for you to build your business. This is up to you how much time you want to put into it, but we give you the information and you do with what you want. Good luck with your business. I look forward to meeting all of you.